Welcome back, everybody, to another cryptocurrency news article. This one comes from Cointelegraph, and CBDCs will lead to absolute government control. From China to Canada, it's clear that governments around the world are salivating at the prospect of introducing currency that they can manipulate hassle-free. So yes, let's go over this article. So, arguing over the prudence and implications of issuing a central bank digital currency in the United States has seemingly become one of Washington's favorite icebreakers. As Congress considers the question, it is critical that Americans clearly understand and soberly consider the immense power a CBDC would grant governments, as well as the unacceptable risk of that power's potential abuse. Now, in March, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis introduced a proposal to ban CBDC use in his state, arguing that the total monetary control by the federal government is dangerous for American society. Shortly after, the White House released its economic report in which it argued in favor of a CBDC as a mechanism for advancing human rights, democratic values, and privacy. Oh, lies. The fact that many countries and monetary systems have begun to develop and issue their own CBDCs colors the domestic debate as well. While no technology is inherently evil, the consequences of various technologies' potential misuse varies considerably. Now, so too a CBDC system is. At heart, merely a tool, not inherently good or bad on its own, but the downside risk of a CBDC's misuse is so immense that the concept should be rejected. The idea of completely centralizing absolute control over people's ability to engage in commerce via a CBDC should be anathema to free societies, even if the prospect of that power misuses them seems outlandish today. Now, but in the United States, at least it's not outlandish. It would be naive to ignore Americans' long journey of developing an increasingly pervasive financial surveillance system, as well as the possibility of a CBDC being used for the same purpose. America's policymakers have a chance now to arrest the trajectory and build a better system that more consistently respects citizens' rights to privacy. Now, proponents of a CBDC argue that it could advance financial inclusion and improve the efficiency of payments. They're right, but the key issue here are what potential costs this might come with and whether or not there are alternatives available to accomplish the same objective with fewer risks. Luckily, in this case, alternatives are numerous and extraordinarily varied. Ideas range from decentralized finance protocols to postal banks. Critically, these alternatives can accomplish many of the core benefits that proponents of a CBDC point to, while avoiding the downside risk of creating a system that, if abused, could undermine individual rights in a way with few technologies ever could. Now, a CBDC could not only grant a government total unchecked surveillance into someone's financial life, down to every cent spent, but also allow a government to, for example, prohibit an individual from engaging in commerce altogether or literally delete the asset of some disfavored individual or group of individuals. No government should have that power accessible via a few keyboard strokes, and that's right. Now, examples leveraging the relative to a CBDC based system is decentralized financial system. We rely on today also war and caution. In 2022, Chinese citizens who shared pictures of a banner condemning Chinese Communist Party General Secretary Xi Jinping lost all access to their WeChat accounts. WeChat is a do-everything app that is commonly used as a method of payment, which means suspended users were unable to accomplish basic tasks such as calling taxis or purchasing groceries. Similarly, in the Canadian government last year, they used the emergency power to order banks to freeze the accounts of people participating in protests the governments deemed unlawful. Now, regardless of whether one believes that invoking such potent powers was justified in either particular case, these instances must give pause to anyone who is or expects to ever potentially be on the wrong side of a government. And importantly, these actions were taken using systems that is unwieldy compared to brutal efficiency of a CBDC. Now, Americans across the political and ideological spectrum should find common cause in rejecting the issuance of a CBDC, whether one is concerned about a CBDC's power to grant the government's absolute control over extremely personal life choices, or because one is concerned about the federal government targeting disfavored individuals or groups with large. Now, a completely centralized monetary system almost begs to be abused. The mere possibility of such a powerful tool being used for unlawful, immoral, and restrictive reasons on a social scale means that the idea of issuing one warrants extreme suspicion, if not outright rejection. Now, what's this right here? Miller Whitehouse Levine. He is the CEO of DeFi Educational Fund with oversight from the DEFS Grant Committee. Miller has overall strategic and operational responsibility for execution of the organization's mission and goals. Prior to joining the fund, Miller led a blockchain association policy operating and worked at Goldstein Policy Solutions on a range of public policies issues, including crypto. Miller holds a BS in international politics and minor in Mandarin Chinese from Georgetown School of Foreign Services. Now, is he the author of this article? Let's scroll up. Let's see, where are you? Written by Miller Whitehouse Levine. Okay, so that was just a little bit of the author of this article in Cointelegraph, Miller Whitehouse Levine, his back history of it. But yeah, he is totally right. Like, I don't think me personally, I will never use a CBDC if I do not have to. Again, giving them that absolute power is kind of scary. And like we've seen situations happen already, like with that as examples. Like in Canada situation, I remember that vividly, not being able to do payments anymore. They were also stopping like GoFundMe accounts just to help that out. And then what was China's thing? Oh, they're talking about the app. And like, yeah, picture that. Like imagine they're doing that with, now you got to link that CBDC account with your Venmo or Cash App. And I was like, no, let's get rid of that now. But yeah, so it's kind of scary what's going on. So again, guys, just educate and learn what's going on in the system. The DeFi system works fine if you can start learning about it now. Hold on to solid assets like Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, and you should be good as the future continues. But again, just educate yourself. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this article, and if so, hit that thumbs up for me, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, the Crypto Sherpa is out.